Welcome back to Cross-Cultural and Global Communication. I'm Yogesh, and I'm joined again by my brilliant co-host, Lily.
Hi, everyone. Today's episode is one many of you have been waiting for, leading multicultural teams effectively. Whether you're managing global teams or remote collaborators from different backgrounds, this is core to your leadership.
Yes, and the reality is that diverse teams, when led well, are more innovative, resilient, and adaptive. But when mismanaged, they can become fragmented, misunderstood, or unproductive.
Exactly. Cultural diversity is an asset, but it doesn't manage itself. It takes intentional leadership to make it work.
Let's start by addressing the myth of neutrality. Many leaders assume, if I treat everyone the same, I'm being fair.
But treating everyone the same often means unconsciously imposing your own cultural norms on others. Equity means recognizing differences and adapting your style where appropriate.
Let's use an example. A manager from a U.S. background values open brainstorming and fast-paced meetings. Their team includes members from Japan, Brazil, and Germany.
Without understanding that Japanese team members may prefer reflection or that German professionals value structure and detail, this leader might unintentionally exclude key voices.
Right. So one key to leading global teams is to create a culturally inclusive environment. That starts with communication.
For instance, during meetings, allow multiple forms of participation, not just speaking up verbally. Some cultures may prefer written follow-ups, chat inputs, or smaller group discussions.
Let's go deeper into a framework for inclusive leadership. We like the 3 A's: awareness, adaptability, and alignment.
Let's break it down. Awareness means understanding your team's cultural dynamics. What are the preferred styles of decision-making, communication, and authority?
Adaptability means flexing your leadership style. For example, balancing consensus-seeking with timely decisions, or alternating between formal and informal tones.
And alignment means uniting the team around shared goals, values, and processes. Even if working styles vary, everyone should know what success looks like and how to collaborate.
Now, let's discuss feedback and performance management. A common struggle for leaders is, how do I give feedback across cultures?
Some cultures view direct feedback as empowering. Others see it as embarrassing or disrespectful, especially in group settings.
A tip: adjust not just what you say, but how and where you say it. Use feedback models like situation, behavior, impact, but pair it with empathy and tone awareness.
Also, pay attention to power distance. In high power distance cultures, team members may be less likely to challenge you or speak up.
Create psychological safety by inviting disagreement, acknowledging when you're wrong, and celebrating different perspectives.
That brings us to decision-making styles. In some cultures, leaders are expected to be decisive and top-down. In others, consensus and group input are valued.
Multicultural leaders must blend both, be clear about who decides, while also respecting collective input. Clarify, here's what's being consulted versus decided.
Let's not forget about time orientation. Cultures vary on linear versus flexible time. That affects scheduling, deadlines, and perceptions of urgency.
For example, an American leader might say, "We must meet this deadline." A team member from a more fluid time culture might prioritize relationship or context over rigidity.
So instead of saying, "You're late," you could say, "Can we align our expectations around delivery timelines?"
Now, let's highlight some best practices that high-performing global leaders use consistently. Set explicit norms for communication, meetings, deadlines, and collaboration. Rotate meeting times to respect different time zones. Celebrate cultural diversity through stories, holidays, and language learning. Model curiosity and ask, What's the norm in your culture? Build one-on-one trust, not just group rapport.
Also, embrace cultural mentors. Ask a team member to explain how things are done locally. It builds trust and deepens your insight.
That's true leadership: humility, inquiry, and flexibility.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about virtual multicultural teams, which are even more common now.
Yes, they add another layer. You need to be intentional about time, tone, and trust. Create rituals like virtual coffees, encourage camera-on participation when appropriate, and clarify decisions in writing.
And check assumptions. Just because someone is quiet doesn't mean they're disengaged. It could be cultural, technological, or time zone related. As a leader, your job is to bridge gaps, not just manage tasks. Learn, listen, and lead with cultural intelligence.
Beautifully said, Yogesh. When teams feel seen, respected, and aligned, magic happens.
Thank you, Yogesh. Well said. And for our listeners, well said. Next episode, we'll tackle global branding and messaging, how to communicate your brand across different cultures without losing consistency. If you found this episode of Corporate Communication useful, don't forget to join us at leadershipacademy.tagbizsutra.com. Do share it with your friends and colleagues, and leave your review. Until then, keep practicing the 3 A's: awareness, adaptability, and alignment.